Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin. In the last part, we discovered yellow Pikmin, and what else did we do? And we found some more ship parts. That's what else we did. Alright, so now that we're back here, let's get started. My goal for this part is that we get out of this area, because we only need 2 more parts to be able to fully move on to the next available area. So we're going to go do that right now. First thing we need to do is all of our Pikmin that landed over here, they've sprouted up, and they're still fine from the night before, so we can pick them. We can pick the Pikmin. Ah. Slight play on words, I'm not funny, I know. And we can get them ready to be able to find our next stuff. But man, I have a lot of memories with this game. It definitely was always one of my favorite game series once I started playing it. And I remember I bought it, and I'm very thankful for when I purchased this game, because I know Pikmin became very expensive over time, like all old games, but I was able to pick up my copy for, I'm not going to say similar to what it's worth right now. I mean, actually not even close. Pikmin 2, I bought it, and it's the same price that it is now. That game was always expensive. But that was one that I actually don't mind paying a little bit extra for, just because of how good of a game it actually is. So it's one of those that's like, it's kind of hard to be too upset, like, hey, it's expensive, yeah, but it's really good. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I think I paid 80 bucks when I was in high school for my copy of Pikmin 2, and it still goes for around that price now, if not more. I know I've seen copies that go upwards of $100 complete. But honestly, it's a game that I hold in such high esteem that it doesn't bother me that it's worth that much money, and I don't think it's absurd that somebody would pay that much for that game, just because, like I said, it's such a good game that it's hard for me to really say, okay, it's not really worth the cost. Like, there's some games that I find I can justify the cost of them, even if they are expensive, just because they're so good. Even Earthbound. Earthbound, if no one's played it, Earthbound is a $300+ Super Nintendo game. Oh no, 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 Run. No, it's, oh my god, no. Oh my god, run, 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 run. Jeez. We're gonna let him go back to sleep. Alright, now once he goes back to sleep, we're gonna go take him out. Perfect. Alright, so what I'm gonna want to do right here, there are some extra bugs up here that that are blocking off here. So we are gonna need to come and take them out just so we can get to the ship part behind it. Was there one more? Alright, we're gonna come back over here. I'm gonna send my red Pikmin to start breaking down that wall, and then we can start going get the ship parts. So let's do that. All my reds. Let's go. In fact, I'm going to take half the yellows. I'm going to take at least half the yellows, because I'm not going to need every yellow. 80 should be good for this part. But Pikmin 1, it's going for about 60 to 70 right now on the used game market, but I think I paid maybe 20 bucks back in high school for it, which I know nowadays, if you were to say, oh, I got Pikmin for 20 bucks, that's an absolute steal for that game. So the fact that I was able to get a copy then, in fact, a lot of the old games I have now, I wish they cost the same as they do now. In fact, okay, I think I've got enough. I need 9 bomb Pikmin. And In fact, I can send them to take that home. Oh, perfect. There are some extra bombs over there, so once these all separate, let's see, how many do I have here? I have 8. Okay, perfect. Come over here. And this darker wall over here, it's going to take 3 Pikmin at a time to break it that... Well, not 3 Pikmin at a time. You'll need 9 bombs total to break down the wall. So we're just down 1 bomb, and... Oh! The Pikmin over there are done. So we should be able to get the ship part right here with this. Plus carry the bodies of those left behind. Alright, so we're going to start with just taking out those. There we go, perfect. Because we do need to start growing our Pikmin a little bit more, because we will need more just as the game goes on. So while they take those, we're going to come here. I have most of my reds. That should go to my red Pikmin. I do need to build them up as well. I can't just spend all my time building up yellows. But we'll be able to take this part with us, the Extraordinary Bolt. I bought this incredible bolt because the salesman told me of its extraordinary quality that is indiscernible to the average person. Exactly what makes it extraordinary is a secret, but just look at it. I believe the Extraordinary Bolt is one of the parts that, like, if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. But again, like I said, for completion's sake, there's no completion shake. We are getting every single part that's available to us. So while we're here, there is a piece over there. I'm going to take this guy out, though. There we go, and there's the Extraordinary Bolt. So they have another piece behind it, if y'all can see. We're going to go get that. That way we can be able to go to the next area. I could be wrong. The Bolt's bolt holds the kind of value that only a true connoisseur can understand. Right. Just say you got ripped off, Olimar. Just say it. Alright, so once we get that... We're going to come back here and we're going to take that out. There is another piece, I believe. Let me check the radar. There's one there. There's one over there, too. We're going to try to get both. I should be able to get both today. So, why don't we go do that? So, the first one over here that we're going isn't really a required piece. No, they can go take those pieces back. We're going to go take out the bulb orb. Now, I know I say I was spoiled to the spoils of purple Pikmin and Pikmin 2, but honest to God, like, this really isn't that bad. So, mainly because he doesn't take much to actually beat. Now we're just going to do the same over here. No, we're not taking those back. And now we have the Nova Blaster. It emits a dazzling burst of light capable of destroying almost anything. I'm not exactly sure about this, but the promotional brochure claims that its blast can travel in the currents of space-time. Yeah, that's nice. We really don't need this, but... we are... Oh, and right here we have a Flint Beetle. If you hit these with your Pikmin on a throw, they do produce... pellets. They can produce nectar as well. Hey, look at that. We got all that nectar. That was really nice. Yeah, they have the glint beetle. I think they're called flint beetles or glint beetles, whatever one. They are able to give you pellets and nectars, which will help power up your Pikmin. So they're very useful if you find them. your Pikmin will get immediately attracted to them, so if there's enemies around, you need to spam that whistle button. Otherwise, your Pikmin are completely in the open. The Nova Blaster is one that we really didn't need, but we were able to increase the Dolphin's capabilities while getting it. And like I said, even if it's not necessarily a needed piece, we are going for a 100% run. I will get every piece in this game. And we can get one more piece before the day's over. We have plenty of time. So I'm going to start going get mine set up over here. Because what you're going to want to do is throw all your Pikmin up here on the ledge. Everything. I wish we had the same throwing rate as in Pikmin 2. Pikmin 2 has just the best fire rate for Pikmin. But, you know, I'll take this. I mean, it's not the worst fire rate in the world, but honestly, like, it's pretty bad. The main problem is just that they throw so slow. It's like, I need to fight now. But we're going to go throw the last of our crew up there, and then I'm going to have to walk around the water. The reason we can't just go through because these Pikmin will drown, unfortunately. Somehow they don't have mouths, but of course they will drown. Now, this thing that's floating above my head, I believe it's called a honey wisp. What a honey wisp does, that little sack that they have, that yellow sack, it's filled with honey. And that's the same nectar that grows your Pikmin. It's the shock absorber. The apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing with this piece in. Usually. Well, regardless, we are going to get it. So, let's take out the ball board. And let's go get the shock absorber. Well, before we do that, this area right here, all these little rocks, they also give the same nectar that the grass does. So let's see if we can get anything. We can get something. Any opportunity you can take to grow your Pikmin, take it. Because you will. Because the more flower Pikmin you have, the easier this game will get. Perfect. Alright, so with that in mind, no, come over here. So now we have our whole team. Let's go take out the shock absorber. And this should be the last thing we do today. After we finish off this, once this part comes in, I'll probably just hit skip to sunset because there's nothing really left to do. These are in fact, I'm going to hit it so you can see it's the same stuff that we use to grow our Pikmin. But honestly, that's it for this day. Like, once we get the shock absorber in place, I've gotten every part that I can get at this very second here. So there's going to be no real need for us to come back to here until we get our next type of Pikmin, blue Pikmin, which we will get the next one. Again, spoiler alert, but the game's 22 years old. If you don't know about the game, well, you're going to know. But that's everybody, so we can just hit go to sunset, which I'm encouraging. And there we go. We've completed a full day. We did a lot more than what I had planned. I just wanted 2 parts. We ended up finding 3, so we can move on to the next area in the next day, which we're on really good track right now. I don't know what's the shortest way we can do this, but you know, I'll take this. And now let's go. We had our full Pikmin. I don't think we actually lost any Pikmin today. Wait, no, we did. We definitely lost a Pikmin today. At least one, I think. 3 days since impact. I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures can wield bomb rocks, so perhaps I can use them to blast down rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin, as well as bomb rock carriers, break into squads when dismissed with X, or when I grab one for a moment by holding A. Oh no, we didn't lose any today. Perfect. So now we can just save the game and just call it a day. So thank you all for tuning in to Pikmin. And whenever we come back tomorrow, we will start on the Forest Naval, because we don't need to come back here, and we don't need to come back to the impact site for a while either. So we're going to spend some time here. But this is EKI Butters, and thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next part.